Alright, boys and girls, we are here for more of the 1990 career mode. This is our slightly different paint scheme. We just kind of shuffled some sponsors around. Nothing major changed on it, but we are headed to Dover. Just to remind myself what our goals are. So average of 35th, qualify 35th or better, 40th in earnings, and that's really it. I was just making sure we didn't have a driver target for the last one because I always forget about that. Oops, I don't want to quick select. Go back. I mean, you could go up, but... Oh, wait, yeah, I do want to quick select because we have... everything's being worked on, so there's nothing... There's just the one set of parts to use. But we're off to Dover. Oh, I can speed up loading screens. That'd be cool. Be helpful. Alright, make sure two things. One, that we're in the default setup, and two, that it's then manual transmission. Because we had an issue with the setup at Martinsville not being default like I thought it was. So, make sure we're in the correct set for this. My interior did not change to exactly what it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a Valvoline logo on the wheel, and my sleeves are wrong. I don't know why that keeps happening to me. I think I have one too many textures loaded up for the 90s stuff. But I can fix that then. My roll bars are blue like they're supposed to. Oh wait, that one's a different texture anyway. The one that shows the gauges. So where is my cockpit? I don't see my Valvoline cockpit anymore. Uh-oh. Unless I deleted it by accident. That'd be bad. Player. And that's that. In-car suit. There it is. But it didn't, oh no, it's here. It's just not loading correctly. Just dump my textures quick. Graphics. Nope. Game properties. Graphics. And oh yeah, you guys can't see this anyway. Dumping textures. I mean, you can see that. Also, we need our pylon as well. Alright, now let's see what dumped out. Oops. Dumps, sort by date. It's my interior, that's that one. Yeah, yeah. Where is my in-car suit? There it is. I don't know why these texture names changed, and I'm kind of a little concerned about it because they really shouldn't, but that should work now once I refresh. And it's going to make some cars bug out, but that's okay. There it is. Alright, now we got our Valvoline in-car view. Alright.
Welcome to Delaware for the running of the MBNA Armed Forces Family 400 at Dover International Speedway. This is a tough track, both physically and mentally. What is it the drivers struggle with so much here, Barney?
Don't mind the paints popping in.
This 1 mile oval may look easy, but boy, let me tell you, it's a lot harder than it looks. These big corners are absolute torture on the body, and fighting to keep your car off the walls requires total concentration from these drivers.
Rusty Wallace is one of those drivers who always seems to be running up front.
He's had an incredible run of success. surprised that Rusty is one of NASCAR's winningest drivers.
The Zero car has an impressive average finish this year.
Well, points, points, points. Wins are great when they come, but top 10 finishes week after week.
Oh, you know what?
Your points. Heck, you can win the championship on top 10s alone. If
I'm gonna redo one thing.
The 7 car looks to turn his luck around in this race.
I believe they got a good chance to turn their luck around right here. These guys have been working extra hard this week, and I think it just may pay off for them in the end.
Okay, we're actually gonna reload the game, and I'll just start last on purpose. Since we qualified last, this shouldn't be an issue. But hold on, let me just share my main screen here. I forgot that I didn't do the drivers I wanted to do. So, because I always want to do whoever actually started Dover. In addition, Jarrett should be full-time all the time. Neil Bonnet needs to be full-time all the time. And then anyone that actually ran Dover is what we want full-time. Hamilton... No, Hamilton, why is he saying full-time? Okay. Okay, that'll give us 37 people. I only need the peanuts to generate. I don't need paints to regenerate, so we'll load back in. Sorry about that. I forgot all about that. But luckily I remembered prior to getting on track, or starting the race. I just noticed when it had Del McCower in the field, I'm like, wait a second. I mean, he has a chance of showing up, but the chances should have been like pretty low, I would think. All right. Now, since we qualified last anyway on the first attempt, skipping qualifying won't really be an issue because we qualified back there anyway, so it's fine. We'll just go right into the race.
Welcome to Delaware for the running of the
I'll let him go again. Why not? With the actual field.
Now, Marty, this is one of the tougher tracks that we come to. Why is that?
Oh yeah, Monster Mile. This 1 mile oval may look easy,
Oh,
but
Rusty's not up front now.
it's a lot harder than it looks. These big corners are absolute torture on the body, and fighting to keep your car off the walls requires total concentration from these drivers.
Butch Miller has a solid top
They
10
talk about him so much.
so far.
He's been working hard this season, and it is paying off so far. He'll need a good finish in this one to gain some spots.
Michael Waltrip will go for yet another top 10 finish at a speedway in this one.
You know, I watched him in practice, and that car just looks good. Sometimes you can just tell by watching the car on the track who's going to be fast on race day without even looking at the speed charts.
The 7 car is having some trouble in the points this year.
Yeah, those guys have been working
I'm a rookie.
so hard this year. It's a shame it
It's
doesn't
fine.
really show in points. Just seems they can't keep that car out of trouble on race day. Maybe their luck will change today.
Alright, let's get rocking and rolling. Bill Elliott and Jeff Bodine, Dale Earnhardt, all the big hitters are starting right at the front. Let's see, my dad starts 9th, Tim Richmond 15th. Bonnet's way back with me. Ah, I forgot to up Bonnet's thing. Oh, Delma made the field again. That's good. And Mike Chase made the field. J.D. McDuffie, Jack Pennington up there. I just remembered I never did paint the other version of McDuffie's car with the ugly car number font. Well, I say ugly, with the huge car number font that he had. Yellow to red one. Oh, drifting already, that's not good. I have not played this since the last stream at all, so I'm a little rusty, and not Wallace. I thought for a second I was seeing a Days of Thunder car up there, and I was like, that's not good, but that's actually Mike Potter's car, which from back here it's yellow to green on the back, yellow on the side, green on the back. But it's got red on the front, and it's easier to see on the right side, all colors. Alright, well, so far our pace does not look great. But we're keeping just enough that We might be able to put up a bit of a fight here. Maybe long run will be better too than short run. Good. Alright, so we got by Pennington at least. This pack's pretty tightly together. We might be able to get a few more. My dad is tanking down the rankings. As per usual for those random ones. They seem to qualify and race very differently, or at least they have the better chance of it. Him and Tim Richmond in the very random high variance cars. Same with Bonnet. Bonnet's qualified way back here, but he's moving forward. Oh, sorry, JD, I was looking at the pylon. I wasn't looking at the road. My bad. I rumpled his car a little bit. There's a joke. Ha. I almost hit him again. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up my. Man, it has been a while since I've streamed. I didn't set up my shortcuts for the pylon. I also still have been meaning to code a pseudo interval, not where it's actually pulling data from the game, because I still don't know where that is, and I haven't had a chance to really mess with trying to find that in a while. But I had an idea to program it so that I could get that info. So what I thought is I can ping the game pretty often to get that information out of it for updating the pylon. So what I was going to mess with is seeing how much I can increase that rate by, and if I can get a decent, like, you know, even just every 10 frames, or 10 frames a second, I mean, or something. If I can even just get that sort of rate, then I could get the speeds within a couple tenths, or not speeds, but I could track all of the cars and their lap counters. So every time their lap number increases, I can have a timer going. That pausing the game's going to mess it up. So if you pause, you're going to mess it up. But I could have a timer running, and when their laps increase, I can trigger some code, which I'll have to write, to put a timestamp on every lap that they get and just kind of log it. And then that way, if multiple people's trigger at the same time, I should be able to tell by what position they're in, whether it's up front or not, and things like that. So that'll give me, like, I'll have a rough interval. It'll be, you know, less accurate than the actual, like, one that they probably store in memory, but it'd be something, which I know how to do it. I just haven't gotten to it. It's a little, I don't want to say it's low on the priority list, but it's kind of just medium in the priority list. I'm working on a new tool that's separate from the mod tool itself that's, I'm not going to say about, but I'm not going to say what it is, because I want to just kind of surprise everybody and be like, hey, here it is, it's done. But it's something I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. And I've been kind of focusing on working on that first. And then I have a side project for Mr. Mosby that I want to work on next. And then I'd be back to stuff like adding an interval to the pylon and things like that. All the extra coding I wanted to do for the main tool. But that said, I have also just briefly started working on my other side project, which is making a game from scratch. I want to make a, like, team management oval racing game, and I started messing with that. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I just kind of recently started dabbling with building it. There's not really anything to show yet, and it's going to be a while till there's something worth showing. But, you know, ball's rolling slowly, which is better than not at all. And kind of as I finish out, like, the few, you know, the side project for the new tool that I have that's separate, and the side project for Mosby, and then the other tool updates. Once those are finished, I'll probably be spending a lot more time on my game. I'm still gonna be doing paints for the 91 and 92 packs. Focused on 91 right now, but and also Vanilla Plus if our friend Silver Wolf gets a chance to send me some of the files that he had, I'll paint up some more of the cars for the high-res version of the Vanilla Plus and the 2003 pack. But once all those are, you know, rolling, you know, then it's just paints when I feel like painting, and otherwise I'll be coding my game. But even though I'm probably, like, this season, the 90 season, streaming every Saturday, like 2 to 3 races every Saturday, I'll probably finish. What is Hillen doing back here? That's no good. I'll probably end up finishing this season before I get the 91 pack completely done. So in the meantime, I'll probably just play the Vanilla Plus pack. I kind of want to, like, not start a series, but I feel like that'd be a good kind of in between with shorter races, and just to get through seasons and get through you know, silly retirements and stuff like that. Also, there's going to be a fun update to the 2003 and the Vanilla Plus packs. 2003 definitely, like, I could update it next week. The Vanilla Plus pack, I'm not sure, but the fun update is that we're adding Hideo Fukuyama finally. Flynn painted up 2 of his cars, or I guess the only 2 cars he had out of the 3 or 4 races he ran, or attempted, I should say. So you get to kick a man. Have to make sure that audio triggers too. It should, but the old MRN audio of Kiko Man Ford. Oh! I thought he was coming down. We're having some good battles back here. We're way back, but still on the hunt. A couple of cars up ahead, yet still, you know, catchable here. Helen putting up a good fight after he crossed me over there. Oh! I snuck under him, gave him a little bumper. Man, he's fast off the top. In the next few spots, like, you know, Moroso's up there, Wilson, Mickey Gibbs I see way up there. We might be able to get a couple of those guys. I wish, oh, that was something else. Mosby was going to be doing track graphics for me for the early 90s, and I don't know, he got busy with the other stuff, which is fine. There's, you know, he can work on what he wants to work on, but there's, I just remembered because we're at Dover, and I'm like, Dover was, God, not concrete back then. Bobby, that's twice I've been there. I know I kind of stuck it in late in the corner, or late on entry, but I don't know, man. It's 2 times. Also, friggin' Bodine has a huge lead, because here comes Martin. way ahead. Dang, I lost a lot of ground after a little bit of contact with Hillen. Actually, Hillen just kind of stepped it up because I feel like I'm about the same distance back from Moroso as I was, practically. Oh, here come all of them. Martin, Elliott, Earnhardt, they're all right there. Oh my god, that's my dad up ahead. He's tanking bad. Again. Oh, that was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to update at least my build and show people or tell people how to update the database so that the variance is not so extreme on the other cars. I was going to work on that. Because, I mean, this variance where, like, my dad does top 10 at Super Speedway and then is, like, way back here the next race, like, is quite extreme. So, I was going to update the database outside of the game for the first time and actually bother to set it up right for all that. I'll probably still give everybody variance, but I think I'll give everybody, like, the same lesser variance in the game. So I do think it's fun to have some, but it doesn't need to be nearly as ridiculous as it is for some of them. Are we gonna be the first ones to pit? I don't like that. Oh wait, I made this race longer. Oh no. I just remembered, because this is 500 miles back in the day. Damn, crew. Let's see if anybody messes up. They got their new suits on too. Alright, no mistakes on the right. No mistakes on the left. All good, all good. It was a clean stop. We lost some ground, but it's at least a no mistake one. A couple cars around us we don't see super often. Morgan Shepherd in the 15 and Mikey in the 30. I guess people did pit with us. They all pit like right behind us there, but we were lapped. Delma coming out of the pits ahead of us. That's not a good sign. Or wait, no, Delma pulled away from us. That is a good sign. We gained ground. Didn't we? We were behind Delma, right? Who did I pass? Now I don't remember who I passed. I know I was battling with Hillen a lot, but I never got by him. God, the car turned so much better after pit stop. Tire wear is a legit thing in this game. Tim Richmond dropping in there. Oh, I forgot to mention, I decided how I'm going to determine when someone like Bonnet or Tim Richmond, like when they retire. So what I was going to do is when we end the season, I'll make a save and I'll shut off the cheats so that people can retire, and we'll just end it and see what would have happened according to the game. And whenever the game decides that Tim Richmond would have retired, or when it decides that, you know, Moroso or whoever, because Moroso's young as heck in this, so it's going to be a long time till he's out. But essentially, whenever the game decides that they would retire is when I'll drop out my what-if people. That said, though, I think when we get to 2001 and we keep Earnhardt in, I think he's going to be pretty quick to be out, because I know When I very first started modding this game, words easy. When you made Earnhardt active, he'd retire after the first year every time. Now, granted, that was 03, but like it was really rare chance that he wouldn't retire. So the likelihood of him retiring in 01 is probably also pretty high. So he might not stick around super long after he would have, or after he did. Granted, I think in real life he would have kept racing for at least a couple more years. Because honestly, like late 2000, when he finally was like through his injuries and stuff, he looked as fast as ever. And I think even at his age, he was going to be a threat to be a title contender. I'm like, would love to actually see the alternate history of how he would have done. Even though as a kid I was not an Earnhardt fan, obviously I didn't want to see him, something bad happen to him. But like, just curiosity wise, I'm curious whether like, would Gordon have won 2001? Would Earnhardt have been a big threat to take him down? Because I feel like that was one of the last years that Earnhardt's ways with setups, car setups and stuff, I think that would have been the last year that his style would have been really, really viable. I feel like 01 to 02 is where that kind of took a big turn in a new direction. And I'm only basing that off of like Kevin Harvick talking on Dale Jr.'s podcast about 01 and how he would test cars for Earnhardt, before that. We're going to get by my dad here. And when he tested cars for Earnhardt and then he got a car ready for Atlanta, they tried a new experimental setup or a new style of setup that was completely different. And Dale did not like it. But when Harvick drove it, he was way faster. Or he was faster than Dale with the new setup than Dale was. And you remember 2000, Dale was battling for the win at Atlanta. 2001, Harvick won Atlanta, so like it was, you know what I mean, like it was, they were both fast in each respective year. So I wonder how Earnhardt behind the wheel of his style setup versus Harvick in that new style setup heads up would have done. Obviously Harvick would have had a, maybe not as good a crew chief and stuff for that weekend, but who knows, he'd have at least been in the mix. And I think then 01 to 02 is when that style of setup started to, there's Jimmy Horton, when that style of setup started to kind of, I think, thrive more and just become more of the norm. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. That's just my kind of loose theory on it. Obviously I'm no expert and it's what if situations anyway, so who knows. But just kind of based on like what I've heard and what I could piece together just logically, like that's kind of my thoughts on it. Well, Moroso and Hillen are up there in front of us. We did gain God, excuse me. We got by my dad, which is one more spot. Someone's leaking, smoking, I don't know. Oh God. Realize the pit cycle, it says we're 2 laps down now, but the leader's right behind us. How did that work out? Because I was 1 lap down when we pit, and I didn't think we were that close to getting lapped a second time, let alone now a third time. Or is the scoring messed up and it was saying we're 2 down? Okay, never mind. The scoring is just messed up on the leaderboard. So we're 2 down now. We weren't going 3. Just a little off. I really do wish someone else who wanted to dig through the hex data and knew how to do some of the modding stuff on their own and dig into it would like show up. I wish somebody would join us in that respect because there's so many things I want to look into, but there's not enough time to really dig into anything else. And I feel like somebody with a fresh perspective and an approach and a fresh you know, motivation and all that would really be helpful. Because then anything they discover and they're willing to share info on, like I could add to the tool and whatever, if it's stuff we could modify or look at or add to the scoring pylon, like the actual intervals, instead of coding all my extra stuff to potentially calculate intervals. What do you do when your hand, when anything's itchy? In this, I used my beard to scratch, it didn't work. That just irritated it more. Look at this is what I'm resorting to right now. It's so itchy. Oh god, I missed my breaking point. Okay, we're good. That was a really weird way to hold the controller, but it had to be done. Or pause it, but you know, try not to. So yeah, by the way, the reason this is 125 instead of 100 for the normal 25% is Dover was 500 miles for the longest time, and actually, I'm not even 100% sure it was 500 miles in 1990, but I thought it was. But now I'm second guessing because I didn't even really check. I just kind of remember Dover being 500 miles for a long time in my life, and so I was like, oh yeah, let me just set it that way. Wait, Means and my dad are both behind me for position, though we caught Moroso, which is good. Got a tight battle going on back here. I didn't realize Means and my dad were catching us. We got by... Did we get by Means in the pit stop cycle? I don't know. Everything's a blur. But my dad caught... We got him right after pitting, and now he caught us. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit better short run than I am long run, but again, we did just catch Moroso, and get by him. So I don't know. It's tough to say as I touch the wall. I wonder if did they call it the Monster Mile back in 1990? I don't remember. Whoa, what happened? Wait, whoa. What happened to my dad and Means? It must have been out of turn 2. I missed something completely. I mean, I touched the wall, but they had to mess up more than that. Oh yeah, there's smoke back here. One of them got out of shape. Check out the whole line. Oh, Moroso's gonna get me back. Oh, maybe not. Stick. Alright, so we pit on 34 the first time. We should be able to go to 68. Now he got me. Jeez. I couldn't really hold the bottom there. Here comes Earnhardt and Elliott still close together for second. Oh, Rusty's up to fourth and closing. There's Rusty right there in our mirror. 2 cars back. Ugh. Rusty getting by Labonte. Labonte closing in on lapping us too. I think Labonte must be 1 down. We're 2. Alright, now I can get out of the high line if I can get the car to turn enough. How about friggin'... I don't see him on the scoreboard, but I see Mike Potter in our mirror. He's having a heck of a race, if he's going to come around and lap us. I don't see him at all. I can't find him! Oh, he's 18th. Wow, he's way up the board. Mike Potter having a fantastic day. If I remember right, he ran both Dover races. Oh, Means caught us again for position, and Moroso got away. But if I remember right, Potter ran both Dover races and then somewhere else for 2 races, I think. I think he had 4 total. But he actually did run okay at Dover, it seemed like. So it kind of makes sense. And the randomization gods were very friendly to him. Oh god, sorry, Means. I caught the apron and drifted up. We didn't touch, but he hit the wall there, I think. Look at Kawicki, and then here comes Potter. I mean, granted, Quicky's lead lap, Potter's lapped. The scoring's really messed up though, because there it showed me 3 laps down, and the car in front of me 2 laps down. But if you look at the map, like the leader's nowhere near us, so I don't know It's like the game's tracking the leader as the wrong person. There went Jarrett by us too in the 29. Mike Potter's car was so satisfying to paint because it lines up in really weird spots on the template, and I literally did that. I kind of guesstimated based on the wire mesh, and my first attempt at it, it lined up perfectly all the way across the car, and I'm like, yep, done. no need to mess with it. I got a pit this time, Mark. And Ernie, excuse me. No, don't, Jimmy, don't go low. You son of a gun. I clipped Ernie, it drove me up the hill. So let Means by the pit. Alright, 2 second stop of the day. We're going to have a third at least. 68, 90, 10. I can't math right now. 102. Yeah, 102 will be our final stop with an even split. A couple of scrapes on the car. Alright. I didn't even pay attention to pit time. There's Neil. Troy Beebe behind us. I forgot how good the car freaking turns at the beginning. It really, I think that is our problem, is like how much this fades from start of the run to end of the run, handling wise. Like I could really fly early, but man, it just tanks. Although we could pit a little earlier, we could split this last run, so it's 70 now. And I'm like 3 laps down, so I don't know, 70 to 125 is 55 laps. We'll say like, oh shoot, I'll have to figure out the other which way. It's like 52 split in half is 26, 26 on 70 is 80, or sorry, 96. So I guess the short windows that I could pit on 96 and probably make up some ground on fresh tires. But the risk is a yellow. But we're only, like, the loss is only a few spots. We'll be trapped dead last. But the gain, I think, with how close some of these guys have been running near us, I think the gain could be like 4 or 5 spots. Potentially. So I'll do an even split. I'll pit at 90, what did I say, 96? Yeah, 96. Because with how many laps down we are and how many laps down we will be by the end of the race, like that should be as close to an even split as I think we could get from here to the end. I guess I could also pit 95. 95, 96, somewhere in there. You see how it's handling versus fading. See, look, we're passing Rick Mast here, who hasn't pit yet, because tire difference is like that extreme. See, Moroso's up there. He already pit. Almost crowded Bodine out of Ford. Our Daytona 500 winner in 1990. Oh God, I doored him in one. Sorry. Man, we didn't even leapfrog Means, and he pit quite a few laps later. Doesn't make any sense. He was only right with us when we pit. He must have had a really quick stop, or we just had a slow one and I didn't notice. That or he had like some blazing laps before he pit. Now here comes the other Bodine to lap us again. Oh God. I'm hot. He dove it in. Look, Jeff dove it into the bottom. He's got a huge lead. And he still felt it necessary to do that. Now I'm holding Strickland up. Jimmy Horton coming by. I missed the entry to 3 a lot. Oh, now, okay. Okay. Hut's not happy with me. Go! Take the bottom now. Tim trying to go to the outside. Where's Tim running? Because my dad faded like a rock. Tim's 23rd, it looks like. It's not too bad. He's not having a terrible day. Davey Allison 25th. Not as bad as his past few races where we were seeing him back with us, but not great either. Focusing now. If any of y'all got topics in chat, by the way, feel free to throw them out there. Anything you want to know or want me to give my opinion on, racing related or not, doesn't matter. Just feel free. Alright, Tim, there you go. Dad's catching us again for position. The last time he caught us, he or somebody around him made a mistake there out of 2 and they got out of shape. It really lost them some ground. There's Morgan Shepherd by us. Here comes Kenny Schrader. Oh god, Jimmy Horton's in the top 10. He's been getting a lot of lucky runs in that car. Derek Cope up in the top 10 too. Actually, Cope rang really good at Dover, so that's not surprising. Alright, I gotta remember to pit in about 10, 11 laps here. Oh, Kyle Petty out. Oh, Mark Martin early pitting. Alright, so they're starting to cycle. Now that they can make it to the end. That's right, the AI does that. Once they can make it on fuel, they will short pit, they will long run. There goes Jimmy Means short pitting. We're going to cut it even, especially so now that there are other people pitting. It's not as much of a risk. Although the payoff is less likely to happen if everybody else is doing other things. Where'd that send Martin to? 21st. Yeah, see, that's pretty risky. Green flag stops here. Out of sequence. There's Neil Bonnet coming out of the pits. Earnhardt behind us. Yeah, yet again, see, the leaderboard said I was 3 down, and the people behind me were 4 down. I mean, okay, I guess there's nobody close enough to me that I could see that for sure, but it still seems like it's off. It's really weird. I don't remember seeing it that far off before. With the yeah, see, now it said I'm 4 down, and I'm not. I'm 3. Which is really weird because nobody passed me, so it's not like it's going off a different car. It's just offset, I guess, for the leader versus lap cars. They must have a scoring, like, checkpoint or something in a really weird spot on this in this game. He's just slightly within a half a lap of me, so maybe the checkpoint on the backstretch or something if they only have 2. Maybe they accidentally set that one up as a trigger for the leaderboard stuff, coding wise. That would make sense. Actually, that's probably what it is. Looking at where he is on track versus the people that are showing an extra lap down. Alright, 4 laps to pit yet. We're sitting 36th with this weird pit cycle. Ernie Irvin's behind us. Did he blow up? So there's no way we passed him with him pitting early, I wouldn't think. Then again, I think the time loss is like almost 2 laps here. No, it shouldn't be that bad. I don't know. No, I see him behind us. Yep. I guess time loss is just that big on the green flag stops. I thought we got a free spot. My dad's in last. But he pit early, so he's off sequence too. Alright, I'm gonna come in this time by here. So I didn't mean to drift down 3, but that's fine. Through the grass, no big deal. Alright, our pit crew gets 1 extra stop today. See how they do. I don't know where everyone's at tonight. Nobody's here. I didn't give much heads up that I was streaming, but I don't know. It is every Saturday other than when I haven't. Oh, my pit sign isn't working too. Oh, I didn't update it since the new paint probably. Or the new sponsor swap. No, but the main sponsor didn't change, so really that sign shouldn't have changed. Oh well. Have to fix that for next stream. Alright, well my dad just went by, and he pit way early, so with the tire difference we should be able to catch him. I think, I hope. I wonder when the rest of the field's going to pit, because it seemed like they all pit as soon as they could, and then the rest of everybody seems like they're waiting till as late as possible. There's not really much in between going on here. Not that I noticed anyway. God, it turned so good there. Yeah, see, it's like a lap and a half is the time lost. Oh, Earnhardt blew up. He was up. Oh, who the heck? Somebody had a big moment down the front stretch. Earnhardt was in the top 5 for sure. That's big for the points. And it happened early enough, he's going to end up last. Okay, got by Delmo. I mean, Delmo wasn't for position there, but he was earlier. Wait, Neil's way back in 40th. Why is Neil back in 40th? Unless he was another one of the ones that pit really early and it's just not as many pit early as I thought did. Alright, 3 Pennsylvania drivers right here, nose to tail. 2 of them with 57s on their car for this year. Excuse me, Jimmy. It's not a nice way to appreciate the fellow Pennsylvanian. Okay, excuse me, Dad. He also did the same bit of blocking. Oh, I kind of slide jobbed him a little bit there. Harry Gant in front of us, Butch Miller, Mike Potter. Bill Elliott coming around the Lapis. Is Bill still second? Yeah, he's second. He's a half a lap behind the leader. Jeff Bodine with a big blowout day. Well, now he's pitting, it sounds like. Mike. There we go. That was a good turn. That was a really good turn. By Butch here, who MRN keeps deciding to talk about, which is kind of fun. Yeah, the rest of the field looks like they just went as far as they could before stopping, but there was a small handful that pit early. We'll see where we cycle out here in a couple laps yet. We did gain a lot of time there, though. I think this is going to play out pretty good for us. Because, I mean, I already passed my dad a little while ago and kind of pulled away pretty quick with the fresher tires. And we shouldn't hit that wall that I was hitting with us falling off. And there's Means, who's for position. He pit really early, too. Actually, didn't Pennington also pit? Wait. No, he... yeah, but Pennington's not for position right here. He's like a whole lap ahead. I didn't realize he was that far ahead of us. Jarrett, I was definitely there. Oh my god, he's gonna just about clear us with the power. Yeah, he did clear us. Oh, now he's pitting. Jeez. Maybe it's good we weren't next to him. He was low. It's an awkward spot for me. He made the corner exit terrible. Quickie just came out of the pits. He'll fly by us. Yep. Is that Bodine just came out? Because Bodine pit early, I thought. Or maybe... No, it is Bodine. I guess he didn't... Kyle Petty's showing in second right now. Alright, Bobby Hillen just came out of the pits. That was for position. And we just passed Means for position. Oh man, we're 36th. We're one spot out of what we're trying to average. Petty is our next target. I do see him. I don't think he's short pit though, which means he should be faster than us. But he doesn't look like he's flying. Oh, there Kyle's back to 5th now. He must have been off sequence too, or something, or he just pit now. God, was Bodine that far ahead that he pit and stayed ahead of Petty? Oh my lord. Of Kyle? Yeah, I guess so. There goes Kyle back to the He's still falling. Alright, we're not going to catch Richard. Mike Chase behind us with fresh tires is going to get us. Oh, that's not for position. Mike is having a good day. 25th. Now, Helen's for position behind us. And he's catching. We got 10 to go according to the crew chief. But minus, what, 6 we're down? 5? I think it's missed scored, so I think we're 5 down. So we got 5 to go right now. Cope, I'm not trying to block the crap out of you. I'm just trying to diamond the corners to make some speed. Yeah, I ran at the low slow method, which I also like here. Especially on iRacing, that's how I like to run this track. It's just that, like, really roll the center for a long time and keep her pinned low. I don't know if that works anymore because since they slowed Cup cars down for top speed and all that, I don't know that you need to do that the same. And increase downforce, all that stuff with the new cars. I'm just talking back when I used to be fast. Oh, Dick, why would you go to somebody's outside out of turn 4? Oh, Dick Trickle. He thinks he's Cole Trickle. I get it. And Hillen just stuck his nose in there. I get it. Dick Trickle did a Cole Trickle move. He went to the outside and he did hold it. Oh, Moroso's catching us too. We got like 2 to go at this point, it should be. Something like that. Oh, we're 4 down. Maybe not. Maybe the scoring up. Actually, it looked like it fixed now. I have no idea how many laps are left then. Okay, that helps. Alright, Rudd's underneath of Hillen. As long as Hillen doesn't get to our outside out of 2, we're good. I say his... Oh, I thought he did for a second. He actually got behind Rudd. Wow, Horton just shot by. No, Hillen. No, Hillen. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. 36th. Alright, pitting a little bit off sequence helped a lot. Well, off sequence versus what they were doing.
Not a single caution lap was run in the whole race.
Well, that's good news for all these race teams because that can mean one thing: no major wrecks.
The 7 car doesn't look any different than when he started this race.
Yeah, you never quite know what's going to happen in these Nascar Winston Cup races. When you finish a race and your car still looks brand new, you've done one heck of a job as a driver.
This is Joe Moore for Barney Hall saying thanks for joining us for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race. Next up is the Infineon Raceway.
Uh-oh. Sonoma. Alright, so Jarrett's the only one that left a little mad. That's okay. Let's see. Bodine won, leading pretty much the whole race. Let's see. Elliott Wallace. Jimmy Horton with a crazy run. He's had a couple crazy runs this playthrough so far. Mikey Waltrip, Schrader, Darrell Waltrip. Oh, Mikey beat Darrell today. Mike Potter, like I said, was having a great run. Ended up 15th. Other notables here. Tim Richmond fell from 15th to 22nd. Dave Allison 24th. Mike Chase with a good day. Troy Beebe also a good day. Mickey Gibbs, they all did pretty good. Harry Yant way back here. Neil Bonnet 31st. Let's see. Richard Petty back with us. And then Earnhardt blew up. That's the big story. Started 3rd. He didn't lead any laps either, so he missed out on bonus points. But that's the big, I think, not moment, but story of the race, pretty much. Alright, let's see. What are we waiting on here? Yeah, conditions are low, because it's all we have right now. I'm building one that's taking 3 more races, 2 more races, and 2 more races. So we have to tough it out for 2 more, and then we'll have some better stuff for a week, and then we'll have a lot of better stuff after that. Alright, let's save the career. I'll also do a save state just to be safe. I'm not even on the slots I want to be. Okay. Alright, that's saved. Now let's go ahead and fire up the tool. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Oh, actually, you guys can't see the mouse that way. This one. Alright, I'm going to actually reboot the tool just to safety's sake. I was messing around with the textures there. I might have to, actually, I do have to grab this one. Where's the other in card? We'll grab both. Put it back here so they actually stay. Where were we going? Mod master, load faster. Okay, 1990 load Sonoma. Oops, Infineon. One of those words. I thought it was Sonoma. It is Sonoma. And we'll put Watkins Glen as the secondary, and then is this one Infineon? No, this one's also Sonoma. I have it as Sonoma, either way. Alright, 200% stat modifier, so everybody should be faster than they are in the base game, but we all know how notoriously slow they are in the base game at road courses. So we'll see how that goes. So the only other thing we want to change, Jimmy Horton is not guaranteed start. Jimmy Means didn't run Sonoma. Interesting. I want to put Neil full time. Stale Jarrett. Where's Jarrett? There's Jarrett. Jarrett full time. Chad Little. Make sure he runs. Mike Chase. Troy Beebe. Troy Beebe should be a lot better at a road course. We'll put a 10 there. Alright, now the ringers are coming in. So Kendall, Irv, and Sedgwick popping in for this race. That puts us, with me, it's 40. So we'll have 3 surprise entries. Oh, actually, make that 4. I always forget that Hamilton ends up part-time there. Yep, so we'll have 3 surprise entries. Cool. No, 4. That's what I was saying. Sweet. Let's shut it down, reboot it, speed it up, shut the cheats off, skip the intro, switch that back to this mode, put the cheats back on. Rolling back in. Sonoma time. Welcome on in. I see more people just getting here. We just ran Dover, ended up 36th with a little bit of pit strategy, a little bit of off-sequence pitting, and let me put the scoring pylon back up. Oh, that's something else I need to do, is set my keyboard shortcuts for the pylon, because I didn't have that going. NTO4, yep, okay, that should be good. Alright, pylon is there. It'll come up once we get into the race. 2 more races toughened out with bare bones equipment with the flat 50s. But then we'll have something. It's not going to be super great, but it's going to be a step up. I want to double check that we're in the default set for this track. Aha, so something did change because it still wants to save after changing the transmission back. So, for some reason we weren't in default. Alright, here we go, qualifying. Manual transmission too. wide there. A little drifty there. All good. Now S's. We'll tiptoe through. Oops, I didn't mean to downshift. Or I shouldn't have downshifted. I meant to. I shouldn't have. There we go. Smooth. Oh yeah, we get another lap yet. Oh my god. Alright, well, I still qualifying too easy here. We'll have to see how they race though, because I do have them cranked up 200% for Infineon, but still twice as fast as the base game. Not twice as fast, but their rating's twice as high as the base game. Pretty much. Still not crazy fast here, but we shouldn't be able to win it like you would in the vanilla game. You could win the road courses pretty easily. Then again, it's 25% race length too, so there's more time to mess up. Whoa, overcooked it. Turn. It's still gonna be faster. It still was a lot faster.
Restrain self.
12th.
Said best UERZO and streambo.com.
Oh, spam. Great.
WLUQDQR.
That's what we need. Alright, let's see what MRN says.
EA Sports is live with flag-to-flag coverage of today's Dodge Save-Mart 350 from the Infineon Raceway. This course should present quite a challenge to these drivers, wouldn't you agree?
This track really shows off a driver's talents. This is truly a course where your skill alone can mean the difference between finishing first and 41st.
The 7 car has covered the spectrum in the last 2 races, going from a back-of-the-pack finish to a win last week.
Yeah, that
What?
team is definitely on an upswing.
No, I didn't.
Their momentum can carry them to another win.
MRN's confused.
The 7 car will try to use this race to gain a couple spots.
They didn't say Kawicki. His name's in the database.
Focus in this race. A poor finish can quickly bounce you out of the top 10.
That's not right.
A win can gain you several positions and might even put you in the top 5. We'll see what happens.
I did re-enable cheats, right? Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. It is cool to see the Road Ringers cars, though. I haven't raced with them at all. So the 40, the 0, and 76. But the 76 we ran with before. That's it for the Ringers. Oh, Ken Reagan made the field. Ted Musgrave. Phil Barkdahl. What else we got? My dad's starting 33rd. And Tim Richmond starting 3rd. Oh, Earnhardt's back behind us. And Bodine on the pole, of course. Alright. Here we go. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't... Wait, was that right? Yeah, okay, that was right. We're good. Irvor and the 0 Skull car up there, the Skull Classic. Bobby Hillen qualified up front with us. Sorry, Marlon, that's not a good start. We were racing with Hillen back in the high 30s last week. Why are you so wide, Jarrett? Give me no room there. Earnhardt's next to us now. And Bodine. Oops, wrong gear. Clear. Finally. I thought he was gonna go out of the corner. Make an enemy of Dale. Not the path you want to take. I say as I'm about to take the path. Oh god, the left lane parked it. We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. I shifted way too much there. Jesus. I thought he was gonna run us out to the wall. Oh yeah, I forgot. Side effect of running the AI like at a higher percent at the road courses or anywhere is they run very aggressive and interesting approaches. Also, I shouldn't have run the 60 FPS patch of the road course because the mirror gets really jittery on elevation changes. Or, well, now it's smooth. I don't know. Certain sections it gets jittery. Oh god, Jarrett dove it in. I'm glad I saw it, but I was going to start turning in right there. God, they keep chopping out of that corner. Ah, Jesus, Jarrett! I know he made us mad, or we made him mad a little bit last week, but that was uncalled for. He just never turned into 11 there. There goes Gant, who just drove into us there. That's not a good corner to be side by side with AI in either. We are fading. I was expecting a fade, like we qualified a little too well. Qualifying will be adjusted for future seasons, though, based off of my qualifying sessions for this season. So it should be a little bit better range moving forward. The pole might be a little off, but the field should be a little better spread out. I don't know why I keep downshifting there. I don't need to. Alright, stay in line this time so we can get through this freaking turn here. Thank you. Hard part about this track is I don't have a chance to really look at the scoreboard till we pit, but then they'll be pitting, so I can't really keep up with it. I'm sure Bodine pulled away though, because he was one of the few fast ones that started up front. Yeah. Oh, Tim Richmond in second though, which actually makes sense because he was really good at Riverside. I didn't want to slow down that time. I'm sorry, Terry. You know what? I'm not. You got next to me. You knew where I was. Oh my gosh, what is with people cutting that corner so tightly? And you're going to turn into this one late. Or swing out, whatever the heck you're doing there. Oh god, Labonte ran into him. Oh my god. The skull cars collided. Two of the three in this race. And Terry's just, Jesus, swerving everywhere. Davey behind us now. Oh, Labonte dove in there. Whoa. I'm taking it. I'm sorry, Harry. Tired of you guys protecting that corner exit at a slow pace like that. That's where I'm fast and that's where I'm going. Terry slowed down early for 11. I slowed down late. Well, Bobby Hillen still up here. Well, I say up here. We both faded actually because he started like 10th. And now we're at the back end of the top 20. So I guess he's faded with me. That mirror gets so crazy jittery with the 60 FPS. I think it jitters in the normal game too, but now it's just refreshing faster, so it jitters worse. With however they coded it for road courses. Don't hit the sand. Sand's bad. He really went in there. Oh, pretty deep from the outside. Why do you guys run so slow out of there? And out of here, for that matter. Ooh, jeez. Alright, that was partially my fault. I was drifting in the grass off to the left. Oh, I almost Tony Stewart it, or Denny Hamlin it. Out of 11 there. Like, I'm faster in parts of the track, but like they're not great parts for passing, other than 11. Oh God, he parked it in the middle of that. I cleared him. Jeez, we just made a new passing zone there. Drifting. I missed that corner. Oh, I forgot to mention, I had checked this. I just skimmed the stats page before firing up the stream, and only Jeff Bodine and Dale Earnhardt had finished on the lead lap in every race. Based on their total laps, they had they were tied for first and had the most, had all the laps counted for. And then Earnhardt blew up last week, so really Jeff Bodine's the only one, and he's still just dominating everywhere we go. I mean, I think it's because he keeps qualifying right up there, too, is really helping. No, don't. Terry, don't. Oh, you son of a bee. Terry, we actually have breathing room here minus you. You guys go slow up that hill. Jared up ahead battling with Kawicki. It's funny now that they're faster with the rating changes, that you can see where the AI really is lacking here versus where they're not. Because normally you're just faster than them kind of everywhere. But now that they're fast in some places, you can kind of see where they're poorly coded and for too slow, and where they're coded to be a little too fast too. Or where they were at the limit before maybe. I just feel like it's more obvious now than it was. Oh God, I overdrove that. Ow. It could have been worse. So we want to pit lap 13 to 14 probably. might get lapped before it's over. Yeah, we probably will. But God, Bodine is gone again. Alright, well now we got room to run, so we can be smooth. We're still in the top 20, which is good. Davey Allison's still slowly closing the gap here, but we lost the other people that were near him. And we're slowly catching Dale Jarrett. He's just ahead of Terry there, 2 ahead of us. Kind of want to see where some other people are, but I don't have a good opportunity. I don't know where you're supposed to look at things in this track at this track. Oh, Irvor is outside of the top 10. That's mainly what I want to check on is some of the ringers. Tommy Kendall's 21st. He didn't get to us. Where's Troy Beebe at? Oh, Troy's way back. I mean, granted, in real life, he ran up front in this race, but he wrecked I think twice. So he was really fast here, but did not do well overall. Actually, no, maybe that's Kendall I'm thinking of. Beebe did wreck here twice, but Kendall also like ran up front and then had issues. Irv ended up top 10. He didn't have the raw speed that Tommy had, but he was like consistently solid. So I guess it's the way they're running right now is accurate to that anyway. Other than, I mean, Tommy being fast before wrecking. Wait, do I have to pit here? Can we not make it to when I need to? Oh, shoot, do I pit? Can I make one more? Oh, I think I had to pit. I was looking at it, I'm doing the math in my head, I'm like, 1 gallon for 1 lap, I should be okay. I'm not. I just realized I'm way not. I'm going to make it half a lap. Not even, it's freaking, oh my god, mistakes are made. Why do we have to pit twice here? It's kind of silly. I didn't realize the fuel mileage was wrong for Sonoma. Dang it. Alright, we'll coast all the way up. Also, I've been shifting a lot, so that's probably not helping me any. I see a Bodine. Now I'm out. Oh my god, we're gonna lose so much freaking time. Oh, the mistakes. Go ahead, I'm not gonna be... Wait, if we don't make it back, I like DNF. If we make it to pit entry, I'm fine. If we don't make it, I DNF from being out of fuel. Trying to stay on the asphalt without hindering people, I say, is, and so we don't get clobbered. Got super quiet. There's nobody around. Oh my god. This is going to cost us like the whole... We're going to end up last. Absolutely. I mean, it looks like Cedric blew up at some point because he's still behind us. Oh god, I should have pit. I should have just pit, because even if getting 1 extra lap, we're still short of halfway. Son of a gun. That was my bad. We need a yellow at some point. Is pretty much it. Alright, well I think they cycled now, so Bodine's still way out in front. Tim Richmond's still second. Irvor's 11th, just out of the top 10 for the road course ringers. Tommy Kendall's up to 17th. He kind of leapfrogged a bit in pit road. They're pitting a lap early, I guess. Or maybe because he pit later, who knows. Oh, Greg Sachs made the field, I just noticed. Oh, Schrader's out. Wait, but Cedric was still behind me when I first got into pits. So we're literally behind everybody. And, like, way behind everybody. So, our only hope is Bodine lapping a bunch of people. And us getting a caution. My other potential move I can do, which isn't going to help us a lot, but can help us a little, is splitting this in half, this run. If we want to, but then we're risking... Will we go another lap down if we do that? I don't know. Probably. Oops. Man, I can't believe I did that. So much friggin' time doing that. Oops. And we were gonna get a top 20, like pretty much, as long as the pit crew didn't make any big mistakes, and if everybody had to pit twice, which it seems like they all do. Also, my dad's doing terrible again too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna update like the randomization stats and reduce it for everybody, because it's pretty crazy how extreme it is for some of these guys. So like I said, I set my dad's ratings up to be the same as Dick Trickle's, which, like, where Dick Trickle's running should be vaguely where my dad ends up, you know, in that sort of range. But he's been way... Well, actually, Dick Trickle's not running well in this one, so who knows? Maybe it is working okay. Oh, they just pit again. Marlin did, because he can make it now. Rudd's going... Oh, I thought Rudd was going in. Nope, behind me. He's not, though. Man, this sucks. I thought it was... I don't know. I was doing the math in my head, and I'm like, I should be able to 1 gallon for 1 lap. Maybe it was... I was calculating the wrong way. 22 gallon tank divided by 11 laps is 2 gallons a lap, so I should have known, like, I was pretty much doomed if I stayed out. But in my head I was like, I need to go as far as possible. If we can't, you know, to see if we can try to one-stop it or something. Jesus, Rudd. But again, even getting to 12, that's not even close to halfway, so I should have just bailed and pit, or paused it and thought about it for a second. It was just that I realized that, like, right about here, I had to make the decision in this straightaway, and I did not math quick enough. So for us to split it, we pit 12. Pit on 12. We'd have 15 to go. But with sorry, Red. With us being lapped, that's 14 to go essentially. So 7 laps on the 12 It's just at 19 is when we should pit, the end of 19. And I'm debating just doing like just the fuel we need and no tires, just to try to make some ground up. Oh, my dad short pitted too. Interesting. Red, go, my guy. Oh god. Oh, mistakes. I just clipped that wall. Wow. They were not happy about that. Also, Neil's catching us for position here after pitting. That's how much time we lost. They can make stops and still be like ahead of us or right with us. A lot of people. That almost makes me want to just not short pit for the tires and just long run it and hope for a yellow. That's probably actually my best bet, is just to hope for a caution. Granted, we've had so few in this playthrough versus what I've seen people getting with the mods. Yeah, I guess I'll just stay out as long as possible. Hope for the best. Because even if we get the yellow, like, we have very few laps to go anywhere. I mean, I'm fast, but fast enough to get spots, but like, it'd be tough to do much with 10 laps. Or I guess 9 laps, because I am lapped. Oh god, we'd be starting up with the field, wouldn't we? Do they do double foul restarts here? In this game? I don't know. I'm drifting. But I obviously have some pace. I'm keeping with Rudd here. And Rudd's running 8th. Heck, we pulled away from Irv or he pit. I don't know which. No, Irv's still 9th, so we pulled away from him. Granted, Neil caught us. Here comes Neil. He's going to take this corner wide because I know the AI does. Or we're just blistering. I did not need to lift that much to let him go, apparently. Missed that corner. Man, this was going to be such a good freaking race, too. Oh, dummy me. Oh, I missed that one big time. Now we'll just go this way. It's fine. Go ahead, Irv. I was about to say Irv's running some weird lines, but I just went through the grass there in 10. I wish he'd go. I feel like he's holding us up now. All because this track apparently has 2 pit stops for some reason. Because I wasn't expecting to be low on fuel like when I was, and it just caught me so off guard, and I decided no decision was a better decision, and it wasn't. It was the worst. I didn't want to panic pit and then not actually need to, but I'd have been better off. Well, we know for 91, I guess. Lesson learned for the next season. I'm still faster than Irv. Why are you that slow, Irv? Oh, I thought he was going to hit the wall. I know the AI does that if they take that corner funky. They sometimes crack the wall. There we go. Turn a bad entry into a good corner somehow. What are the chances of an actual yellow coming out? There's probably enough people lapped. That's one thing I wish they coded is like a calculation of the fuel burn per lap, so that they could have the spotter or crew chief or whatever in the game say like, you got to pit this time or you're not going to make it. You know what I mean? Like this is your last lap to pit without running out, sort of thing. Some message like that. Just so you have that last, like, you know, don't have to think about it. Like, okay, I'm definitely not going to make it. Warning. But no, of course not. And I bit myself here. Threw away a top 20. Actually, the rate we're going this second run, it might have even been a top 15 for all I know. Or wait, what position's Irv in? Yeah, Irv gotten into the top 10 now, then we're outrunning him. So we'd have probably gotten a top 15 by the end of it, as long as the pit crew did its job on the 2 stops. And we would have split the last run, knowing that we had to make another stop. Although nobody's made their final stop yet. Well, trying to own my mistake, I guess. Wait, no. That should be good. If it's not, whatever. Oh, mistakes. I'm just frustrated with myself. There's yellow. But we're gonna be. Are we gonna be 2 down? Please tell me we're only 1 down. Please tell me we're only 1 down. I didn't see Bodine go by. Jeff, that is. Oh, he was the one that spun. Where's it? The leader? The leader spins out with 2-3 laps to go. We're gonna finish under yellow though, aren't we? Wait, do I even bother pitting then. I technically have only one person behind me because I could take tires here. I'm going to pit just in case it goes green. I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes this game does weird things with caution laps. Oh, half the field's pitting though. Okay, maybe I'll abort. Yeah, I'm gonna abort. We'll take our chances on our older tires. Revore pit. Kyle Petty, Labonte. I mean, we're only gonna get people that are lapped that came in. Rudd's in. Cope and Elliott. I don't think any of those guys were lapped, so we actually might not gain anything by... It is going to end under yellow. Okay. Well, then we did the right call. We would have lost one more spot by pitting there, but still, it was literally only one spot. Frick. Wait, who won then? Mikey Waltrip! Michael Waltrip wins. Chad Little fourth. Oh, Moroso blew up.
You could definitely tell the drivers who had the stronger cars. They got out front early and stayed there the majority of the race.
The 7 car probably isn't too happy about his finish here.
Nope.
He stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
There was when Terry sent Gant into us. Alright. Well, let's see what the results are. Oh, I forgot to put that clear texture in there for the no ally car. So Michael Waltrip wins. He led 4 laps. Yellow came out with 2 to go. Huh, interesting. Over Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Chad Little with the top 5, Dale Jarrett in the top 5. We saw Jarrett for early race. Butch Miller in the top 10. Hut Strickland. Tim Richmond ends up 10th after running 2nd for most of the day. And it must have been like right in that weird pit cycle that the yellow came out. Rick Wilson 11th. Richard Petty 12th. Dave Marcus, Ken Reagan top 15. Ted Musgrave top 15. This is a crazy result. Ernie Irvin, Kawicki lost a lot of spots. Allison gets top 20. Greg Sachs gets top 20. Troy Beebe's sneaking up there. I didn't even see him. And all the guys that pit, obviously, didn't do well. Poor Irv was up in the top 10. Let's see. Tommy Kendall was way back with us. Bodine ends up 32nd from the lead after leading the most laps. What a race. Man, I don't know where we would have ended up because I was running near Jarrett in the first run, but I would have pit before the yellow came out, so I probably would have been... I was running near Davey Allison, so we would have ended up probably just like between 15th and 20th, I think, had we actually not run out of gas on the first round of pit stops. All right, one more race before... We got enough time. We'll do one more. One more race before we actually get cars built, I believe. Let's make sure the sponsors didn't leave. Okay, we're good. Can I afford any shop? Oh, one more race till a shop edition comes in too. So we have engine and body coming in, and then 2 races till the chassis comes in. But we saved. Oh, that's not the right save state. That's fine. I have multiples anyway. And let's reload the mod tool. Get them updated for Pocono. Okay. Load my pack. Run Pocono. Pocono 2. Which is good. We're going to run this one this time. We'll split it up from the other Pocono race because they are near each other. Finalize and make sure we set our full-time part-time guys. So we've got Bobby Hamilton should be part. Neil Bonnet we want to switch to full. And Dale Jarrett right here. And then anybody that ran Pocono. Switch to full time. Oops. There we go. Make sure that took, because I know that acted a little funky there. Jerry O'Neill ran Pocono. Troy Beebe also ran Pocono. Okay. That's going to give us 39 guaranteed people, 40 with us, so we'll have 3 unknowns. Regen. And we'll reset the game here while it's doing that. It's done. We'll load it up and speed it up and turn the cheats off. Skip to intro. Do the cycle. Hokey pokey. Cheats back on. Skip to get the music off. Career load. And here we go. Pocono auto pick, because all we got's one part of each chassis engines. Martinsville and we know Infineon were not that way. So I don't know why or when they changed, because I don't touch setups on this intentionally, just because it would make the game too easy. Happened that were worth like going back to, or if I figured something out and then kept messing with stuff and couldn't figure out how I did it the first time, then I have it recorded. So maybe I need to check my old footage, see if I have anything for that. Because I swear, granted it's a ton of footage to go through, but I swear I got the AI going crazy fast when I did a like super ranked car for me. I swear I ran Rockingham and the AI was like blasting away with me, and actually like blasting away from me when I had a car that was over 100 ranking. Okay, we qualified good first lap. Second lap should be better. Another track I need to slow the qualifying down, or speed the qualifying up a little bit for the back half of the field, which is fine. Again, the 90 season is kind of me learning and fine-tuning my settings for AI difficulties. Like Dover, I need to slow him down a little bit for the race. Actually, I ended up 36th, but we still ran like 40th most of that race. It was just pitch strategy that boosted us. Infineon I would speed up, but I capped it at 200 because anything beyond that, like the field gets kind of crunched together with stats because they hit the maximum. 22nd. That's a pretty good one. All right, and oh, I have to put the pylon back on. We'll start the oops. My dad's car on. There we go.
Today at the Pocono Raceway for the Pocono 500. What can we look for on this unusual track, Barney?
Unique is
My home track.
for this racetrack. First of all, there are only 3 corners, each of which has completely different banking, which also means there are 3 straightaways. And guess what? They're all different lengths. This is one tough racetrack to prepare a race car for.
Bill Elliott has won the most popular driver award a record 16 times.
Not yet.
It's already been decided that the trophy will be the Bill Elliott Trophy once he retires.
The 7 car is having some trouble in the points this year.
Those guys have been working so hard this year. It's a shame it doesn't really show in points. It just seems they can't keep that car out of trouble on race day. Maybe their luck will change today.
Dale Jarrett hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
All right, let's get rolling. Ooh, Earnhardt and Tim Richmond for Pocono. That makes so much sense. There's another track Tim was crazy good at. All right, my dad's there in 15th in front of us. My goodness. Bill Venturini in the field. That's a surprise entry. Man, I got a big start there. Phil Parsons in the field there in the 22. That's another swap versus real life that I just chose to do for our custom lore. Thought Horton was going to send it. He backed out. Oh yeah, they are slow in the tunnel turn here. That's right. Oh, they crashed behind us. Butch Miller got out of shape, caused a big checkup. Well, now we got a big split of the field.
Hold it steady. 3 wide. 3 wide.
Are we 3? I guess we are. Oh, somebody skimmed up there. I saw sparks.
The clincher. Said, are you able to affect retirements at all? If the driver retires,
Ow.
are they lost forever? If you wanted 2 drivers to trade rides, I wonder if you could force them to retire then beat the clincher. Said the replacement driver for each other.
You can... Okay, so I actually did just recently figure out more stuff with that. It's
The
not...
clincher. Said seems like the only way to make that happen.
To make what happen? The driver... I'm not sure what you're saying. It's the only way. I figured out how to... or where that's mapped. So I actually do know how to make different drivers swap and retire and unretire if they do and stuff like that. But we've always had it set up with the mod tool that nobody retires, and what you do is between seasons you switch packs. So you switch from the 1990 pack to the 1991 pack when it's ready, and then we're just going to continue on through history. But in the actual like things that I figured out, like I know how retirements work now in the game's data, so I could technically swap anybody, or keep certain people from retiring or whatever. I know how to do that now. It's not smooth or easy to change though, currently, but it's definitely like something I know. Well, actually, no, there was one element of it I wasn't sure. No, I did figure that out. Never mind. There was one element that took me extra to figure out, but I did end up finding it. Butch just passed us after almost wrecking earlier. He's got hood damage, nose damage. So yeah, I mean, there's... all that stuff's known. I didn't make any tools for it yet to force or change retirements or whatever, but... you know, it's a thing we can mess with now. But mainly, like I said, the core packs, I have it set up. There's a checkbox when you run the mod tool for whether you want to force, or sorry, prevent anyone from retiring. And the point of it is that you don't want anybody to retire and switch rides, because when you load a different year, the drivers that will be switched around are going to be wacky. Like, it's going to be all mixed up versus what you actually want. So, like, to prevent that, if you keep, you know, if you make sure nobody retires, then all the driver slots are still open for when you load a different mod year. We're slower than I thought we were for race pace. Unfortunately, we're fading here. But it is the first year we're doing, so, and I'm still in my crap car. Next race we'll have some new stuff, but this is gonna be the last race for tonight, though, regardless. Buddy Baker going by here. I forget if it's worth shifting in the first corner or not. I don't think it makes much of a difference in this game. Jerry O'Neill next to us there. Oh, and Dale Jarrett got up there in the 29. Can really roll turn 3 a lot here. Jimmy Spencer and Richard Petty behind us side by side.
The clincher. Said Gotcha, thanks. Love your work, but I was wondering if it was possible to play career normally but instead have things like Jeff Burton take the 31 from Robbie and have him go to another car.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's possible. I might, it's not going to be anytime soon, but I might make a tool addition or a change to where you could force certain driver changes manually. But still, like, I don't know, it's just kind of one of those, like, if you want to lock it so that people don't switch, you could do that. If you want to make it so people can switch randomly by the game, you could do that. And then if you want to additionally make certain changes, also an option. The Jeff Green Steve Park mid-season swap would be another one. Although that said, I don't know, now that I think about it, I don't know that it would work as a swap. I think I can only force it to be a replacement. Oh man, I just realized that. Yeah, I think it's a one-way street sort of thing. Like you could make Burton run the 31 eventually, but then that would mean you'd have to set Robbie as retired, I think. So I don't know. I'd have to toy with it and see. I thought that standing just said Bodine was behind us, Jeff Bodine, but he's like always really fast. Wait. Oh, Bodine blew up. Oh my God, the points shake up. Bodine's been dominating all year. He had a bad race at Sonoma after getting a flat leading, and now he blew up. So that means he and Earnhardt have balanced out for DNFs, and his Sonoma race probably cost him enough points. I don't remember where Earnhardt ended up.
The clincher. Said that'd be my worry. If you did that, would Robbie be lost forever?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can force a swap.
2016. Said poor Jeffrey.
Hey, Cubbies, welcome. Okay, so with the mod tool stuff, you could force the swap in a different manner. But if you just wanted to change the base, like, vanilla game as is, I don't think you could do the swap.
Said Junior Johnson can't get shit even in fantasy.
They were dominating Cubbies. They were kicking butt. He's got the most wins on the year for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Clincher, I'd have to mess with it more. Either way, I think you'd have to use the mod tool to do the swap.
2016. Said howdy GL, my man. Hope you're doing well.
What's the GL? Good luck? I've been doing... I botched Sonoma. I've been doing well otherwise, but like in life and other things, but... And I hinted about early in the stream when like nobody was here. I hinted about... I still didn't say what I'm working on, but I do have another tool that is helpful for NASCAR Thunder 04 stuff that I'm not saying what it is, but it's a separate tool.
Said yes.
Oh, okay, good luck. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Sonoma, I ran out of fuel. We had to pit twice, and I didn't know that. I don't remember running Sonoma at 25% in a long time. And we had to pit twice, and I thought we should be able to go halfway, and I panicked when I was really low on fuel and just stayed out. And then as soon as I passed pit entry, I was like, I'm not going to make another lap with this much fuel. There's no way. So I ran out, like, coming down the hill.
2016. Said Earl, I thought the big announcement was the PS1 thing. Exciting.
No, the PS1 stuff I was doing before.
Said you.
The PS1 stuff was prior to that. Like, hey, big announcement thing. I mean, the PS1 thing was its own, I think, big announcement. It's not really... Because it's more than a PS1 thing. Like, literally, the plan is to play every racing game ever in existence. It's a long term, life goal, but I wanted to stream the journey of playing for 15 minutes minimum, 30 minutes max of every single racing game. Unfortunately, there hasn't really been many people tuning into that, but I thought that was, I don't know, maybe it'll catch wind. You know, it could catch wind years down the road when I'm on other systems, for all I know. But I'm also scoring all of them, so eventually we're gonna. I mean, again, it's gonna take years, but eventually I'm gonna have a 15 to 30 minute impression score of every racing game.
Said Kyle CP11 Harrison P10 and Alligator when Let's Go Baby Blue.
Oh, I actually was not. I didn't realize they were racing right now. Oh God. I slowed down way too much for the tunnel turn. That would explain why nobody's here. Did this just happen? I thought Vegas was during the day. I didn't even pay attention today. We had family visiting.
Dr. Beast 2016. Said sorry, I'll check it out next week. Been busy recently.
No, dude, you're good. I'm not like calling anybody out. If it's not everybody's cup of tea either. And honestly, so far, the games have been really, really, I would say hit and miss, but really like mostly missed. They've been kind of not great up to this point.
2016. Said like an hour or so ago, yeah.
Okay. I guess that's why some people or less people were in to start then. That makes sense.
Said West Coast, so they did late afternoon.
Oh yeah, duh. I checked that. You know, the first time I streamed the '90s stuff, I checked and saw like the Xfinity's gonna still be going on. So I'll wait till. Or no, it wasn't Xfinity. It was the preseason, the Clash or whatever. So I waited till that was the heat races. It was. Or no, I think I started streaming and it was still going on. I don't remember. I thought one of my streams I delayed the start because of Xfinity or something. Maybe it was Daytona weekend. I don't remember. But I should be more aware of that in future, because if like I'm gonna finish this 90 season before the 91 pack's ready, so there's gonna be a few weeks of not NTO4 90 stuff. I'm probably gonna play Vanilla Plus in the meantime, just to fill it, but with shorter races and less seriousness to it, I guess. But yeah, like that was, there's plenty of time. So if I don't run 3 races every week, it's not a big deal. All right, so we're as far back as we want to be. Like, we do not want to be further back than this.
Said how the first couple races ago.
Terrible.
Sorry about Sonoma.
Terrible. Dover, I was slow. I think I have the AI set too fast for Dover. Sonoma was fun. I qualified 12th, which, again, I have the qualifying a little too easy there. I have it a little too easy at this track, too. Just taking notes for next season. Again, 90's kind of a trial season, or career season. But Sonoma, I ran in the top 20. Like, I was around 19th for quite a long time.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said poor Neil.
What happened to Neil? Oh, he's back here again. Neil ran good in Dover, I think. Well, that's something else, Cubbies. I want to do... Oh, God. If I remember before next stream, before next week, I want to change the database so that all the drivers have the same variance setting, so that, and a less erratic one for that matter, because I don't like how crazy, like, my dad, Tim Richmond, and Neil and a couple of those guys randomization is.
Said Brad P10 Derek P4 yet.
Derek I think got top 10. Oh, you missed one thing at Sonoma. So Jeff Bodine was
Gawker Beast 2016. Said a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Bodine was dominating. He started on pole. He blew the field away. There was nobody super fast who started up front with him, so he just kind of got away. And he dominated Dover. So he was just kicking butt. And with like 2 laps to go, he got a flat and spun out while leading, brought out a yellow. I was already on pit road for my last stop, so I couldn't make up for my running out of fuel. but Bodine spinning while there were people pitting and then not pitting, and then people stayed out under yellow, and then some people pit under yellow because they were going to run out, and it finished under caution. But the finishing order was so shuffled up from the timing of that. Michael Waltrip won. Chad Little got fourth. Dale Jarrett was fifth. Like, it was crazy, the field results that came out of it. And it wasn't like IDNF that caused mayhem. It was straight up how it played out.
Said, oh my god, no. The Kurt/Jerry special satch.
Yeah, it was nuts, for sure. Wait, are there 2 pit stops in this race, too?
Gaku's 2016.
Do I have enough fuel?
Said haha Mikey Chad DJ Lesko.
Oh my god, if I run out of fuel again, I'm gonna be so mad.
The clincher. Said, did Jeff have a flat? Hey, I wonder if that's something you can affect too. Mechanical failures. Blown tires. Blown engines.
I looked into it. I don't know where they set that data as far as who's gonna blow up and stuff. I do know that, like, it's set way before the race you load into the race, because if you reload a career, it'll be the same people having issues.
Said looks like another 2-stopper, it seems.
But yeah, it does seem like a two-stopper for sure. But Bodine, the game, like, they have the mistake. Hold on. Oh, we made it. Okay. They have the mistakes, like, being a flat potentially. So it, like, when they spin out completely, usually you'll see the car leaning to one side because they got a flat. But it's not like they actually wore it down that low. So it's just a random failure they have. But that stuff seems, at least the engines, seems predetermined before you load into the race even. The only way we could affect that I know of is already happening, which is our car durability stats, which is going on with the tool. So drivers that had a lot of DNFs in real life, I set up that way.
The engine's blown.
I don't even know what you said.
2016. Said interesting.
Yeah, it's funky. It is based on the engine the driver durability stat is what it is. I mean, it's technically not driver durability, but that's what the stats labeled in their table. It's DDUR, and it's in the driver table. So it's driver durability is what I figured that to be. Because I did notice, like, when I was first testing stuff and trying to figure out what things did and everything else, setting that to 0 or to, like, a really low number for a driver that, like, is fast or whatever, like, they blew up every time, practically. Not actually, but practically. So the lower that number, the higher their chance of blowing up, but it's still random to some extent. But I do, like I said though, in career, it seems like once you're between races, it's already determined who's going to blow up in the next one.
Said, oh, so that's why I should care about engine durability in career. Fun.
I don't know, because I don't think the player has random blow-ups. And I've had all my stuff super low durability right now. Because I've been running the same equipment all freaking season. Granted, after this race, we'll have some stuff finally built. But I don't think that's something the player has to worry about, sadly. It would be cool. Like, I mean, as much as random breakdowns would suck, I think they'd be, you know, considering how much the AI blows up, I think it'd be good for keeping it interesting, because it seems like everybody in the AI is going to blow up once that's a faster driver. Like, they're all pretty much going to have one engine failure in a season, but you aren't. So I kind of wish that was a factor, because I feel like winning the championship's a little easier because you aren't going to blow up unless you wreck, but you know.
Gaku's 2016. Said Cope Labonte 1-2 stop the count. Gokubeast 2016 said I'd enjoy them, yeah. The Clincher said definitely would add to the realism.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a fine line when it's a game like this, because it's like they went somewhat realistic, but like to an extent. So I don't know where you draw that line is always a little tough. You're never gonna appease everybody with it. Now, well, I say that you could appease everybody if you make things options in games and settings, but you know, from a programming standpoint, programming for both is tougher. However, if it's a pretty encapsulated feature like random engine breakdowns for the AI, like being able to shut that off or turn that on for a player, that would not be a difficult setting to do. So things like that, I'm sad that they aren't settings in games like this, because I feel like it's a couple lines of code. It would take somebody, who has the code, like 5 minutes to add, if they know where they're, if they've worked in it. If mid development of this game somebody was like, hey, can we make this an option, it wouldn't be a super long ad, or a big ask.
2016 said hi, Dale.
God, Dale fed us some. Actually, I gave him the business at Sonoma for a little bit early on.
The Clincher said too many settings can be overwhelming, though.
It's true, but I feel like if you put them, I feel like the big thing to do with settings like that, you have your default set up to whatever you want it to be, and then you have a menu that says advanced settings. And then when someone goes in there that finds that intimidating or overwhelming, they'll be like, I don't want to touch any of this. I'm just going to leave it as is. Great. That menu's not for them, and those settings are for them. But for someone like us, or, someone who's had the game a long time,
Gokubeast 2016 said giving Dale some rattling paw.
I did. I slammed him in the S's. But yeah, I think giving those options to people, like, just so they're there, just so they have the option. Like, I feel like people will be talking about the game so much longer knowing they can customize it further. I mean, even like just a huge difference between, you take every NASCAR console game that EA's made and you say, okay, 04, it gets too easy after a certain point in career. Or every single one of them, it gets too easy after a certain point of upgrades. 05, I think, is easy to start. 06, 07, I think they're easy to start. Like, you could have a crappy team and win. So, literally, the advanced settings of, like, of a Papyrus game, where you can set the AI to a percentage, is huge. Versus easy, medium, difficult,
Nobody in 2003 thought we'd still be talking about NASCAR Thunder 2004 in 2025.
No, but that's not my point. My point is, in 2003, Papyrus released a game that had an AI setting with a slider where you could go anywhere from, like, I don't even know what the minimum is, actually. But you could set the AI to be from a minimum speed all the way up to, like, 110% or 120% or 25. I forget what the cap was too, but you had a range. And yes, okay, one track to another, it wasn't perfect, but then they also had adaptive AI that when you run a race, so like you run a whole season with the AI where you think you need them, and then the next time you run a season with the adaptive AI, and they have that setting that they learned from you. That was 2003. iRacing's adding this now, like, to their AI this year. But this is a feature that Papyrus had in 2003. And I'm not asking for the adaptive AI. I'm asking for a percentage slider of AI difficulty that, for a game like this, for any game like this. That was what I'm... It's little features like that that make a world of difference to the enjoyment. Because, like, my biggest gripe with 05, 06, 07 is it's too easy. And AI rubber bands like mad. Those could be options, both of those things. They didn't have AI rubber banding in '04, or if they did, it's subtle.
Gawker Beast 2016
So,
said they had something like that in Dirt 2 Day yet.
Dirt to Daytona, yeah. I don't. Oh yeah, they did have a percentage. There you go. Dirt to Daytona has a percentage for AI. I forgot they had that. If you go to custom, and even if you didn't go to custom, they had like 5 or 6 different settings to choose from. So like, it's possible at the time. It's not a like, you know, whether we'd be playing it or not later. Now, granted, with the mod tool, technically we have more range than EA had, and I could give a percentage slider, but I didn't think that was the right way to go about it with what I had to set up. But I have that like select your career year, and it's not perfect, but it makes it at least a little longer till you are kicking butt in career mode. And I said it before, I found a different way one time, and I gotta figure it out again, because I didn't make enough notes on it. What I thought would work doesn't seem to work anymore, so I gotta go back and check some things. But my god, Pennington's going really slow up here. Why are you you're crazy slow? Did you blow up and come back out? But yeah, I gotta figure out. There's a way to make the AI even faster yet, to where even with a 100% car, you're going to get your butt whooped. So I know it's possible. I have to figure it out. I haven't gotten there yet. Because once I crack that egg open, then we've got AI difficulty through a career that will keep it interesting all the way through the 20 seasons, where you can make it harder or easier depending on how you do.
Gawker Beast 2016 said, oh shit, Dave and Richard almost top 20.
Sweet.
Gawker Beast 2016
Ooh.
said, really? Huh.
Yeah, if we figure that out, that's going to be big too.
Limestone Butter said, woo.
Woo! Alright, so when did I first pit? Was it like lap 20 or 21? Or 19? It was somewhere around there. Because I want to split the rest of the race. So if I pit at 20, then I need to pit at 35 here to do an even split for the rest. So I guess I'll pit the end of 35. With us being lapped, that's probably a good spot to split anyway. Even if I pit on 19. Also, this whole rule I have of not share drafting, because I think making allies is a little too easy. I mean, making enemies is also really easy. But my rule of no share drafting, I think, is going to pay off better and be more interesting in later seasons.
Said we pit on lap 19 equals 20. Gawker Beast 2016 said therefore 38.
No, 20 to 50 is 30 laps, so half of that's 15. So 20 plus 15 is 35, and that should, while 19 plus 15 is 34, that's still, with us being lapped, essentially, like, us pitting 35 is safe either way. So I think I'll just go 35. It's close enough to the split. But no, 38's too far for an even split. I can do this math, but yet at Infineon or Sonoma, I didn't notice that I was going to run out of fuel till we were at pit entry.
2016 said that works yet.
So we're running top 30 though. We're doing pretty good here. Well, actually, some people probably pit as soon as they could make it, and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, because we were 35th on the first run, behind Venturini. I think Petty did just pit though, because you said he was looking at a top 15. He's 24th now.
Said it's BC, you didn't have me SMH.
I know. You'd have been telling me, like, you gotta pit this lap. I was missing my crew chief. It's all good, dude. I'm mad at myself. It was one of those, like, I swore, I thought every track on 25% was a single stop. Or no, that's right. We figured this out before. On 25%, everything's 2 stops. 10% it's 1 stop. Yeah, so I should have known. Oh well. Buddy Baker, you're for position, dude. Just got passed by the Publix car. He blew me away. Actually, I think he was ahead of us in pit, so that's not a spot I'm going to get back. I'm pretty sure he made his 2nd stop already. Same with Neil behind us here. Though they're going to hurt long run for pitting early. I don't know why I downshifted there, so I immediately upshifted. Alright, not this time, next time. Make our final stop of the night. Oh boy. Yeah, we were running... Where's Venturini running? Because we were running behind him the first run. I don't even see Venturini on the board behind us. Oh, he's ahead of us. Great.
Limestone butter. Said go Derek Co.
Cope in the top 5. Mikey getting another top 5 after a first win. God, could you imagine the alternate history of, like, if Mikey actually got a win back in the early 90s when he was fast like that?
Said P26.
Yeah, I spotted him right before he sent that. Alright, let's come in. Make sure we don't speed, because this pit's easy to speed in. Alright, pit crew. Let's do it. One more stop tonight.
Gawkerbees 2016. Said Mikey P5 Woo Jimmy P12.
Jimmy Horton is flying, though. He got a top 10. His randomization's been really friendly to him. He's another one when I get the randomization to be less chaotic, he should be more like a 20th place. No! Rear tire changer. That's not somebody that's here.
Limestone butter. Said what is the weirdest winner in your career then?
In this career? So far it's just Mikey winning Sonoma. That was the wackiest one to naturally happen. Also Brett Bodine won the Daytona 500, which was pretty cool. That was another one that was a little wacky. So I'm sorry, Mark. Yeah, Brett Bodine winning the 500 and Mikey Waltrip winning Sonoma are the 2 fun ones so far. I'm curious to see if Cope's going to get a win or not. I think with 25%, without them getting some yellows and some stuff to play into the mix, like, I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy. Because Sonoma was just because of a weirdly timed yellow. Daytona was just Bodine flat out.
Said Cope to third Woo. The clincher. Said Larry Mack losing his stuff at the Daytona 500.
Wasn't Larry Mack Bodine's crew chief at the time? Brett Bodine, the 26? Is that why you're saying that? That's probably why you're saying that. Jimmy Means is not for position up here. Oh, he probably didn't pit yet. Oh, God. He's parked it for the tunnel turn. I wasn't ready. I almost spilled Mark's Folgers.
The clincher. Said yeah, I might be wrong LMAO. Limestone butter.
I don't know.
Said yep, 1990 he was.
I thought so, yeah.
The clincher. Said I just remember Larry Mack being involved.
Yeah, he was the crew chief then. I wasn't 100%.
Said Terry O'Neill top 20 AO.
Jerry O'Neill's in. Well, there's pit cycle happening. There's still some pit cycling going on. So where they're running right now is not where they're going to end up here once they all pit.
Limestone butter. Said grocery getter is getting a good run.
Grocery getter. My dad, yet again, is not having a good
Limestone
run.
butter. Said or is that the correct 53?
That's. I don't know which 53 you're referring to, but that's Jerry O'Neill ran the 53 that year. That's an actual.
Said pit cycle have a line.
Pit cycle Haviland. It's cycling, it's Haviland, you know. That's a good one. I like that.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said 3 wide with the king and your dad damn. Limestone butter. Said memes.
Memes. I'm very curious what is happening in this game, in this race right now, with how slow Jack Pennington is. I've never seen a car this slow
Limestone butter.
without it being a blown
Said,
motor
I
they
think that
came
was
back
a
out.
couple years after though.
Look at how slow he is. We're in a 50 rated car. Look at. By on the straightaway. That shouldn't happen. Oh, was his right front missing in the mirror for a minute there? Wait a sec. I'm gonna slow down. I'm botching our race a second. I have to know. Holy crap! He's missing the right front fender from that early mess.
Said I've seen it a couple times.
Wait, he looks like he has a
They're running
flat.
for points thing.
No, I don't think that's what happened here. Because he looked like he's driving with a flat. What is going on? I have to look at that. I'll have to look back at the footage, but the second time I saw him in the mirror there, it looked like he had a flat. I gave up a lot of time doing that, but I don't care. I wanted to know what the heck was happening.
Said his RF was missing LOL.
Yeah, he's missing the whole fender, which normally in this game, the AI, they could wreck. They never run slower. But it looked like he had a flat in the mirror the second time.
Said technology.
That's crazy. That would make sense as to why he was off pace. My God. Because there was the was it the very first lap or the second lap? I think it was the first lap. There was a big, like, mayhem. Either Jimmy Horton or someone got out of shape and caused some mayhem there, but they didn't bring out a yellow.
The clincher. Said CPU usually run faster after damage.
Yeah, right?
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Cope up to second AAA.
Dude, I'm telling you, Cope's good in 1990. His stats are solid. Oh, they're pit cycling, but he's first now. On the cycle. On the Haviland. Man, these guys pit really late. I'm still not where I want to be. I want to be that top 35. Yeah, see, Horton's car's messed up because he got out of shape pretty bad. Somebody smacked the wall and he got run in the back of. Maybe that'll be on the MRN replay. Although it wasn't us that hit anything, so it might, and we didn't really gain any spots from it, so it probably won't make the highlight. But that's crazy. I've never seen a car off pace without it being returning from engine damage, and they're actually, like, I think slower than that even when they do that. Neil Bonnet's next position ahead of me. My dad's the next behind me. I don't even see Neil. Oh wait, no I do. He's 2 cars up. Yeah, no, he's right there. Actually, he looks like he's fading. Oh yeah, he pit early. Oh man, we'll be able to catch him. Rick Wilson's next after that. I definitely do not see Rick in that yellow 75. Oh, Marcus pitting. Maybe there's a couple. We only need one more position via pit cycle here. If we can pass Neil, that is. Oh, Hillen's for position. Although he's coming out with fresh tires right here. Oh, God. How about that for clean racing? Nope. Nope. Turn. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to pass him, though, because he's got new tires right now. Tunnel turn, they're always slow. Slingshot outside. Oh my God, I cleared him. Go, go, go. Oh, snap. We got a shot. A shot? Eep. That's how I felt in turn 1. We got a shot. That was Marlin. Alright, we gotta get Neil yet. We got, what are we, 1 down? Wait, I fixed my thing. No, that's lap times. Nope, that's speeds. Oh God, is that the... That's not right. That's what the speeds are showing as in the save data. That's not right. Or not the save data, the live data. No, that's the wrong button. I'll figure out what button it is in a second. Next straightaway. He's trying to get the lap counter. Look at this pack in front of us. Jeepers. There it is. Yeah, okay, we're 1 lap down. So, we got 4 to go, not 5 to go, like the crew chief said. And Hillen's still right with us. Alright, 4 laps to pass Neil. Oh, wait, we're 35th now. Who else? Did we leapfrog Moroso or Chad Little? One of those two weren't behind us before. So really, we need to either pass Neil or hold off Hillen to at least meet our average finish goal. Although I don't think my average finish is 35th right now, so this probably won't. Ah, Jarrett, no! If I didn't botch Sonoma... Oh, Jarrett pit there. Really late. If I didn't botch Sonoma, I wouldn't be worried about the average finish right now. But I would still like to at least be 35th or better. I can words. Oh, Moroso was the one that pit. Okay.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Moroso pit. Jacka Crisp 14 down.
Don't do it. Hillen, don't do it. Oh, God. I know you guys don't tunnel turn like I tunnel turn. Man, Dick Trickle and Neil swap in there because Dick got by him before. Oh, that was something else you missed, Cubbies. Dick Trickle did a cold trickle at Dover and jumped to my outside on corner exit like a madman at one point. No! And the leaders are coming. If we get lapped, we have 1 less lap to... Oh, they're also battling for the... Oh, no, that's not... Okay, I thought that was Earnhardt behind him. No belt. No belt. No belt. No, I need this. I need a fast tunnel turn. I shifted. Darn it. Darn it. No, of course you got blocked into 3. Diving. Skill. Skill, we got 1 more lap. We got 1 more lap. We're good. I can do it. I did the big send. Alright, Bill, you're on your victory lap. Get out of the friggin' way. Okay, never mind. He put Hillen up the hill. We're good. Pennington's up ahead. He'll hold him up with his flat tire. He's never changed. Oh, it is actually going to hold them up. That's going to help us a lot. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, God, the block. Oh, God. Okay, that got chaotic. But we got Neil. Jesus, the block by Hillen, though.
The clincher. Said Frisky Nixon's Dem Lap Cars 1990 edition. Rocker Beast 2016. Said Bill about to turn you LOL.
Frisky Nixon's friggin' lap cars. NASCAR Thunder edition. 90s Thunder mods. That's too many words. Cope with the top 5. Mikey with the top 5 after a win.
Not a single caution lap was run in the whole race.
No, but they wrecked right there. See, there it is. Okay, but Pennington wasn't in that.
The 7 car really did a fantastic job keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
So he had his own moment.
Quite know what's going to happen in these NASCAR Winston Cup races. When you
Gawker
finish a
Beast
race and your car
2016.
still looks brand new,
Said
you've
Horton
done
top
one
10
heck of a
woo.
job as a driver.
Thanks for joining us for Barney Hall and
All right,
the rest of
let
us
me
here
see
at
something
Sports
here.
at MRN. We'll see you
Oh,
next
there was the
time.
big block. And then I almost hit Pennington. He had to go way up the hill. But look at it.
Gawker Beast 2016.
The tire's up there,
Said how about buddy?
but he's still missing the fender. We'll see. Well, I'll go through then. I want to just see about one particular thing, because I know when you do this enough, it cycles to a different car. Although it's cycling the bill, so that doesn't really help us any.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Casual 3, wide tail
Oh,
triple A.
Jimmy! Boom! And then he slammed into Butch Miller. That's where I was assuming that the mayhem happened there, but I guess not. Okay. I gained ally points with Pennington because we passed him clean a bunch of times. I almost ruined that right at the end. That's funny. See, that's what's going to happen in later seasons when we're faster, is like people we lap in races are going to just become allies because we pass them a bunch of times. And they get 2 points for every clean pass, so that'll be something to look forward to. That's how we're going to build, without share drafting, that's how we're going to build allies. Although it's just going to be the lap cars being our allies, but, you know, whatever. It'd be kind of fun. Befriend some of the slow guys. Jimmy Horton did get that top 10.
Gawker Beast 2016.
Buddy Baker.
Said
Oh,
Pious
I have the
placeholder
pylon,
route.
duh. What, a placeholder? What placeholder? I don't know what you're talking about. Troy Beebe with a 17th. Oops, I didn't mean to fly down there. Kyle Petty and Ken Schrader both with a not super great day. Davey Allison still with his average, like, right around 20th days. He started 10th at least this time. Jerry O'Neill with that top 25. Tim Richmond faded again. Harry Gant faded as well from a good starting spot. Yeah, I'll get that randomization a little bit under control.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said your dad's was on the ally screen.
Oh, yeah, the placeholder the image. Yeah, for that car. I know what you mean. I do have a thing to replace that. I just forgot to throw it in the 90s folder. Yeah, anybody else noteworthy? Not really. So, yeah, Pennington was 11 laps down by the end of the race. Or no, sorry, 13 laps down. I wonder if he did pit and they fixed the fender. I've never seen that in this game. As much as I've played this game and seen this game played in my life, I've never seen them just rip the entire fender off an AI car and then be slower. I've seen them blow the motor and come back. I've seen that. I've never seen this. That's crazy. We may never know what exactly happened there, though, sadly. And then Bodine blowing up. This is going to be crazy. We got to look at the points before we call it. Also, we got new parts done.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said that is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. let's save this quick before I forget, and just for safety's sake, put the save state because the memory card's busy. Okay, cool. So first, let's look at our stuff. Make sure we didn't lose sponsors. We didn't. So shop additions, the Fab Shop is done, and new engine and body are complete. So shop edition, can we afford the first of the engine shops? We can. Let me see what we got going on back here first before I commit to a certain thing. So we got one more race before the new chassis comes in. Oh, by the way, that's something else that we could totally, not that I would, but I know where this data lives too, as far as like how many races a rebuild will take. I know where that data lives, so that's another thing we could change if we really wanted to. So we're gonna have a 56 power, 56 efficiency engine, and we're gonna have a 55 body as well. So, alright, no point in overhauling. The repair's almost not even worth it, really.
The clincher. Said any idea what the track specific parts do?
I had a hunch about it, and I've not fully... It's really hard to prove, but I think that behind the scenes, your stats get a boost at the track type that they're built for, and they get a negative at the track types that they're not made for. I'm not 100% on that. I don't have evidence to back it up, but it's because it'd be probably like a 10%. You know, like it wouldn't be enough a noticeable enough amount. I guess I could test it if I made one of each and made it like a ridiculously high stat that's like you know, just 100 car or something, or an 80 or something high. Run it at the right track, reload the save state, run the one at the wrong track at the same track, and compare my times, my lap times, and see if there's any difference. I've not tried it to that extent. I also used to think that the crew chief having their stats for different tracks affected that, but I messed with loading in and out of races, changing your crew chief stats, and that didn't seem to change it either. So I don't know for sure that it happens, but that's what I like to think. That's what my headcanon is here. Okay, this overhaul will gain some downforce. Is it worth the price difference? 69,000 for a 4-race 31. It's basically double. For 2 points, I don't think that's worth it. So we'll do another 4-race repair. And let's see what we can build. So this isn't even that expensive, actually. Okay, we'll build that body. We don't have room to build another engine, and I'm not done building the chassis yet. Okay, so we'll go to the engine shop. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have sold the engine I had and built a new one, but it still would take a while. We'll do a 6-race cycle on this.
The clincher. Said it's been so long since I played far enough to get track-specific parts, and I don't remember them making much of a difference.
Well, that's the thing. Would you know? Like, the amount of time between racing the same track is so drastic that you wouldn't know. But I think what I'll do, it might be a while, but I think what I'm gonna do, and what somebody else could do too, load up a save that has track specific stuff, like a later in the game save, and like I said, put all 3 parts that are, you know, a speedway type. Run a speedway. Save your game. Run the speedway with those speedway parts. Just mess around and practice qualifying. See how fast you go. Do multiple attempts. Make sure you got a consistent, like, this is my speed. My best speed. And then reload that save. Use a car that's set up for short tracks at the speedway that has, like, the same ratings. Or really close ratings. Load into the race. Do the same experiment, see what your lap times are. That's the only way I think we would know for sure if it makes a difference, but I've I've not done that yet. So again, Brett Bodine was our one wacky winner. Oh yeah, Sterling Marlin also won Bristol. That was cool. And then I won the Open, which was unexpected. And then Mikey won Sonoma / Infineon. It's not supposed to be Infineon yet. All right, our points update. Now that Earnhardt and Bodine have both had a DNF of a blown motor, Bill Elliott has the points lead by 59 over Mark Martin, who I think also, Martin had a bad race. Not a DNF, but he had a bad race or two. So it's Bill Elliott, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, Earnhardt, Jeff Bodine as our top 5. Alan Kwiatkowski hanging out in 6th in the 7th car. Ricky Rudd, a mere 2 points behind Kwiatkowski. Marlin back there. Darrell Waltrip and Mikey Waltrip. The Waltrips rounding out the top 10. And Kyle Petty just outside looking in. Butch Miller 15th. The game does keep talking about him during the MRN stuff, which is funny. Cope 16th. Marcus 17th. Tim Richmond hanging out in 18th yet. Davies in 20th. Yeah. Our polls, Bill and Earnhardt with the most. Bill with the most wins. Top 5s is Mark Martin. Top 10s, Rusty, Mark, and Bill all have 12. Average starts, Mark Martin. Average finishes, Bill Elliott. Makes sense. We're early in the season somewhat. And everybody's top speed is broken. I don't know. It was that race right there. It was showing... maybe that is a top speed stat, not an average speed, or a lap speed stat that I had on the... Hang on. This one. That does match up. Bill Elliott, 207.337. Okay, well, cool. What I thought was the best lap time, what I thought was the lap speed, is actually not lap speed. That's your top speed. So I'll have to change the labeling of that in the tool, because that's apparently what the stat is, because we can see right here it matches up. Bill Elliott, 207.337. And Bodine before he blew up. So they were flying the end of the front straightaway, basically, at Pocono. That's cool. Now we know that's a different stat than I thought it was. Bobby Hamilton's still mad at me. He hasn't raced in a while. He's not mad. And, yeah, Pennington and my dad are the only other two. You know what I haven't checked in a while? The move of the race. So Dover, they gave it to Mikey. Sonoma, they gave it to Dave Marcus. I don't know where the heck he ended up there. And then Derek Cope, they just gave it to at Pocono. I really wish I knew how that was calculated. That's got to be the most interesting thing that they have in the game that could be completely random and we'd never know it. I really have no idea how they set that up, and I'm super curious about it still to this day. And I probably will be forever, because it seems not totally random, because it seems like people that still are like top 20 in the race. So maybe it has like a minimum position or something. Or I guess a max position. Moros was kicking our butt. Everybody else is only running part-time. Also, my icons have reset and gotten messed up, and I don't know why that happened, but I need to fix those. Yeah, don't mind the manufacturer page. That's just wrong. But I'm leading laps. No surprise. All right, well, that's going to do it for this stream. We've got 5 races left on our sponsors if they don't leave us sooner. Next stream, it's going to be Michigan and Daytona, and then Pocono again. Return to Pocono. I'm not actually going to adjust the AI for Pocono because we got 35th right at the end, which is what the goal is for a 50 rating car. 35th is what I want the AI to be balanced for. So I guess we nailed that one barely. So I don't need to change them. But returning to Daytona, we're going to adjust the AI to be a little harder than they were in the 500 because I think they were a little bit slower than they needed to be there. So I'm going to crank them up just a little bit versus the first race. But we also have our upgraded car, so we should do better anyway. So that's cool. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And anyone who's watching us back on YouTube after the fact, appreciate you guys as well. So see you next Saturday. I think or Thursday, if anyone pops in for the PS1 stuff or the all racing game stuff. But all right, later.